Good evening, parents. I hope you're all doing well. My name is Mary Palomo, and I'm the clinical director for the Youth and Family Support Services here at the Boys and Girls Club of FAR. So we wanted to take a couple of minutes of your time just to let you know that here at Boys and Girls Club, we're committed to not only serving children, but also parents. We want to take a minute just to talk to you guys about the ever-changing scenery that's going on and to offer some supportive tips to get you through these difficult times. And as many of us know, things are just changing consistently, very rapid with all the information that's going on with the news right now. And one of the biggest changes, I guess, have been the disruption in schooling for your kids. And what does that mean for parents? So, like I mentioned, with all this going on, you're having to adjust your schedules, your normal routines, basically how you handle your kids being home. You know, they went from being home for a couple of hours in the evenings before going to bed to now having them at home round the clock. So for a parent, that is pretty intense change, right? So we just want to talk a little bit more about how parenting is changing right now and how handling your stress. So like I mentioned, all these changes really bring out a lot of probably negative emotions in us, kind of like anger, fear, worry, maybe even some sadness, you know, and also a sense of overwhelmness. So what do we do with all this? And what does that mean for how we handle things with our kids? So one of the things we wanted to really talk about is really noticing those emotions within yourself. First and foremost, you're humans. Before being a parent, you're a human. And you are going to feel a lot of these emotions. You are going to have a lot of questions rise within you. And the thing about it is, you may not have those answers, and that's okay. So accepting that there are some things that you might not have the answers for yourself, but really taking a moment just to understand yourself as an individual, noticing those emotions, accepting them, and then kind of asking yourself, where is this emotion coming from? And what can I do with it? Identifying, is there a plan that can help you reduce those emotions? And if there isn't, then okay, we got to put it to the side and be able to focus on something that you can handle right now. So one of the things we would like for you guys to practice is not judging yourself, not being angry with yourself for feeling these things, and giving yourself that permission to feel it, experience it, and go through it. So we want to try to keep things in perspective. And well, what does that mean? Well, recognizing that a negative emotion isn't all of our emotions. So when we realize we're feeling this sort of negativity or the anger, the fear, the worry, that sense of overwhelmness, where can we put our next thought in? So if we know that there's a lack of control in that sense, prompting ourselves to think of something different that's going to bring about a more positive emotion, changing our thought at that moment, and leading ourselves into something more welcoming for us and that helps us bring down those negative emotions. And it's going to help us develop a better plan or maybe just put us in a better mood, and we're able to handle our stress in a more positive manner. Because the last thing we want is to blow up on our kids, you know, to start yelling at them or probably launch a chancla at them, which is probably not a good thing at this point, which many of us probably have felt that way during all these difficult times, but we don't want to do that. So what we want to do is bring our attention to something more positive. And how can we do that? Well, taking a timeout, giving yourselves a 5-minute timeout, putting yourself as a parent on timeout, not the kids, and noticing the good. As difficult as that is, most negative situations have a silver lining in it. So thinking about the positive in it, like, I don't know, think about something that made you smile today, or something that you were able to complete, or something that went well that you maybe didn't expect, but it turns out it was something really good for you. When we start to hunt for the good things, we're able to see more and more of it, and we are less likely to feel as angry or as frustrated or as concerned with the situation, and having a more positive outlook towards our current times. So trying to make a habit of it, you know, try to make a habit of finding 3 good things in your day and taking a breath. Give yourself a time out to breathe. just take a couple of breaths and remind yourself that even when we don't have control over something, we can do something different and change the way we perceive it. Also reaching out to each other. When you feel that you are feeling that sense of overwhelmness, reach out to somebody and just say, hey, you know, this is how I'm feeling. Just for positive words of encouragement to one another. This is probably something we need to practice a little more with one another, uplifting each other in these times. Also, something else that we can try is going outside, something that doesn't cost money. And as parents, we always want to save money. So go outside, you know, take a minute to appreciate and recognize that you're part of something so much bigger. Appreciate the trees, the birds chirping, even the rain, or even how the thunder rumbles as it's coming in. So giving yourself an opportunity to recognize that despite all the negative things that we are surrounded by right now, we can find something good in it, and appreciating those moments, probably a little bit more than we often do. So I just wanted to give you guys a couple of tips on how to keep yourselves at peace when there's so much chaos around us. And if as a parent, as an individual, you're able to stay calm and remind yourself to be calm, then it's easier to develop a plan on how to adjust to having your kids at home around the clock right now, and recognizing that maybe you aren't that teacher, you know, right now for your kids, but rather than seeing it as you having to teach them, maybe also seeing it as an opportunity to learn with them. We may not be the most tech savvy people, but learning with your kids, you're gonna learn a new skill, and it gives you an opportunity to bond and just be able to create maybe a more positive environment at home. So I hope this really helps you guys, just as a reminder, and know that at Boys and Girls Club, we're here to support you in all that we can. And so I wanted to give you just kind of a little video that you might want to use to take a minute to breathe, okay? So just give you a little preview, and we'll add the link onto our video so you guys can check it out yourselves.
Hello, welcome to Mind Yeti. You're about to tap into the power of something that is with you all day, every day, but you probably hardly notice. It's your breath.
So make sure to check out the video. It's about 3 minutes long, so it won't take a whole lot of your time, but it serves as a good reminder, as a good practice on how to remain calm. So please comment on the video with more info or questions that you guys might have, or if there's any topics that you guys want us to post a video on for parents, please let us know. We really appreciate the feedback, and it'll help us be able to provide any information that you will need. And just remember, keep following the expert advice on how to stay safe, stay clean, wash your hands daily, and we'll get through this together. Thanks.